Now in this video we will see the measurement of conductivity K and measurement of molar conductivity after that. So measurement of conductivity and molar conductivity of the solution. This measurement of conductivity, first of all you will see, that is done with the help of conductivity cell. Measurement of conductivity K of the solution is carried out with the help of conductivity cell. So first of all we will see what is the construction of conductivity cell. Conductivity cell consists of a glass tube. Conductivity cell consists of a glass tube, this inner one. This glass tube, in this glass tube, two platinum plates which are coated with finely divided platinum. Two platinum plates which are coated with finely divided platinum are fixed. See again, it consists of a glass tube. It consists of a glass tube in which two platinum plates which are coated with platinum black, that is finely divided platinum, they are fixed, and this conductivity cell is placed in a container, you can say beaker, in which the solution of unknown resistance, the resistance of which is to be determined, is placed. This is the construction of conductivity cell. What is that? It consists of a glass tube in which two platinum sheets, okay, they are fixed, okay, and this glass tube is fixed, or it is placed in a container in which the solution of which resistance is to be determined, and after knowing the resistance, afterwards we are able to find out K, that is conductivity of that solution. Okay. Now, the resistance of the solution can be determined with the help of Wheatstone's bridge principle. Okay. So you know conductivity K is equal to 1 upon R into L upon A. Conductivity K is equal to 1 upon R into L upon A, where L is the distance between two electrodes of the conductivity cell, and A is the area of cross section of the electrode. Okay. So for a particular cell, this L upon A, this ratio is constant. What is L? L is the distance between two electrodes. Okay. And A is the area of cross section of the electrode. So for a particular conductivity cell, this ratio is constant, and that constant is known as cell constant. Okay. So L upon A is constant. So K is equal to cell constant upon R. Okay. Now this R can be determined with the help of Wheatstone's bridge principle. So what is that? Just observe this diagram. This Wheatstone bridge consists of a uniform wire AB. It consists of a uniform wire AB. In one arm, known resistance Rx is placed. In another arm, if you will observe, our conductivity cell, okay, is fixed. In that conductivity cell, the solution of unknown resistance is placed. Okay. In the beginning, that solution is KCl, potassium chloride. So we are going to find out first of all the resistance of potassium chloride solution which is taken in conductivity cell. So now this is alternating current source AC, D is current detector, and F is sliding contact. F is sliding contact which is moved along AB, and the null point, that is when there will not be any current, zero current, that null point is determined, that is C. By moving this F, sliding contact, null point is determined, that is C. Now according to Wheatstone bridge principle, this resistance of KCl, that is unknown resistance, R unknown, that is KCl solution, upon this distance AC which can be measured, LAC, is equal to known resistance Rx upon LBC. lengths can be measured with the help of scale AC and DC. So this resistance upon AC is equal to known resistance upon DC. Now this resistance is known, lengths can be measured, so that we are able to determine the resistance which is unknown, which is for KCL solution. Okay, so this is determined resistance. Now in this particular formula, K is equal to cell constant upon R. Okay, now K is known for KCL solution. For different concentrations of KCL solution, the value of K is fixed. So K is known. R we are going to determine, isn't it? So K into R is equal to cell constant. K into R is equal to cell constant. Okay, R can be determined with the help of this formula. R unknown is equal to Rx into LBC into LAC. So after determining this R, we are going to substitute that R over here, and we are able to get cell constant. After getting cell constant, after getting that cell constant, how to determine conductivity? Okay, so now what is done? Again the same formula, K is equal to cell constant upon R, isn't it? Now this KCL solution from this particular cell is removed, okay, and it is replaced by the another solution of which the conductivity is to be determined. For example, if you want to determine the conductivity of AgNO3 solution, KCl solution is removed and it is filled with AgNO3. Okay, now see, in this formula, conductivity is to be determined. Cell constant is already determined. Okay, here we are replacing only the solution. KCl is replaced by AgNO3 and cell is same. So cell constant is same even if you are replacing the solution. Okay, so cell constant you can substitute. Resistance you can determine for this solution using Wheatstone-Bridge principle. So you can determine conductivity, and after determining conductivity, it is very easy to find out molar conductivity. Molar conductivity is equal to 1000 K upon C. This formula already we have seen. So just substitution of concentration of solution, conductivity, we will be able to get molar conductivity. Okay, see again, conductivity cell is used for determination of unknown resistance. The conductivity cell is placed in Wheatstone-Bridge, and in the beginning the resistance of KCl solution is determined. Okay, now K is equal to 1 upon R into L upon A. K is equal to L upon A is cell constant. It is constant for a particular cell. Cell constant upon R. Okay, now K is fixed for a particular concentrated solution of KCl. So K value is known. R can be determined with the help of Wheatstone-Bridge using this particular formula. Okay, R unknown, resistance unknown for KCl solution upon LAC, isn't it? This null point is determined, is equal to Rx upon LBC. Okay, so after getting cell constant, that for the particular cell we are getting cell constant which will be fixed even if the solution is changed. So after changing the solution of KCl by another solution of which the conductivity is to be measured, okay, we are able to find out resistance again for that particular solution. Cell constant already we have determined using KCl, isn't it? So K can be determined, okay, after substitution, and from that we are able to determine molar conductivity also. Okay, so it is very easy if you will remember two diagrams, okay, and two formulae. Okay, based on this, problems can come which you are going to see afterwards. Okay, thank you.